افغانستان یک آغاز جدید. این پیام از سوی تلویزیون تولو به شما تقدیم است.
It's 6:30 p.m. in Kabul and time for one television program that is now must-see TV across Afghanistan.
انتخاب شما، طلوع شما.
The 6:30 report is doing what's never been done in Afghanistan, exposing issues absolutely taboo in this conservative Islamic society. Tonight it's a program on paedophilia and homosexuality.
با عرض سلام، مسعود کرم هستم در برنامه گزارش ششونیم. در این برنامه شما مطالب در مورد افزایش استفاده از خشونت و استفاده جنسی از اطفال را مشاهده خواهید کرد.
در محفل نال بچه‌ها را که نال زنگ بسته میکنند، چیز میکنند کالای زنانه را میپوشونی، کاری فایده نداره. این حال ترگپ از این کارا نه در قرآن شریف نوشته شده، نه در قرآن چیزی.
سلام. سمه پناه را بگوین از تلویزیون تولو آمده.
A heady mix of investigative journalism and entertainment programs has made Tolo TV a revolutionary force in today's Afghanistan. Masoud Keram is one of Tolo TV's emerging stars. He's shown he's not afraid to push the boundaries, even though he's received many death threats for his role on television.
We have to do that, and because our country and our people need such as this program, like 6:30 report. We have to push to find a good way, and we get these risks, and we are not afraid because we do a good thing. We are going in a right way, and because of that, we are happy.
Tolo TV is the brainchild of the Mohseni family, the three sons and daughter of an Afghan diplomat who grew up in Australia.
Well, that's Afghan TV, Aina TV. This is the Radio TV Afghanistan television, the government station. And then these are
Jahid Mohseni left Afghanistan when he was 7. He returned with his siblings 3 years ago with an eye to the country's future.
The paedophilia thing was a long time coming, and it's a big issue in this country. And the idea was to start breaking the taboo of this thing not being covered and particularly because this population that's being impacted by paedophilia are again the people who are going to lead this country.
I mean, it makes it almost sound like you think that this station really has a role in forcing change. You're not just a businessman here.
It wasn't around forcing social change, it was around facilitating social change. And it's subtle but a very, very big difference. It's about not telling people what to do, but gauging from them what they want to do and then kind of reflecting that in the media.
The Mohsenis know each move this family makes is closely watched. They've become Afghanistan's media moguls with interests across television, radio and print. Just crossing the street in front of their fortified TV compound is not a decision taken without careful planning. Saaf Mohseni is the eldest sibling in this clan. The security situation here at the moment, it seems you don't take chances.
Well, you can't afford to, not be too careful.
So what does it mean for you? Do you travel with bodyguards normally? Is that what has to happen?
Sometimes, I suppose more often than not. Sometimes if we can get the opportunity, we go on our own. I used to drive myself everywhere in the old days.
But you don't now?
No.
به نام خدا، با عرض سلام به سرویس خبری ساعت 6 خوش آمدید. امروز سه‌شنبه 31 ماه جوزای سال 1384 هجری خورشیدی است که برابر می شود با 21 ماه جون سال 2005 میلادی.
In just 18 months, the Mohseni family has made Tolo TV's news service the most reliable in the country. The station has shown from the outset the importance it places on speaking to all sides of the story. In a nation at war, even the Taliban position is regularly broadcast.
پرون د سهار وخواته د شپې په اخر کې د دې یو جنګي هلیکوپټر وغورځول شو د مجاهدینو له طرفه څخه وویشتل شو پکې سپاره ټول کسان ووژل شو د امریکایانو او البته مجاهدینو قومندان د سیمې د ټولو مجاهدینو عمومي قومندان د عملیاتو راته ماښام داسې و چې د دې 14 تنه مړي د امریکایانو ما خپله وشمېرل.
When Italian aid worker Clementina Cantoni was kidnapped from a Kabul street, Tolo TV was the station the kidnappers called to press their demands.
News is probably the biggest budget and the biggest nightmare in any TV stations. We haven't done it necessarily to build us credibility. It was more, I guess it was one of the things that we had in our arsenal of programs. And perhaps a bad term to use, but the idea was that you created news that people looked at and thought, well, this is independent and this is reliable. So you're not seen as a political station. You're seen as a business station that's reflecting as much as possible what is going on around the world.
While Tolo TV has won plaudits for its news coverage, it is programs like this, the homegrown music program Hop, that has created perhaps the biggest impact and the most controversy. It's a barometer for the culture war gripping Afghanistan. In restaurants and homes across the city, TVs are tuned to Tolo. Independent surveys now show that Tolo TV commands a massive 80% of the market. What do you think of these music programs?
Well, that's fine. That's fine because the music is a kind of food for the people.
پروگرامی است که تفریحی است. دخترم چون ما از صبح تا غروب مشغول هستیم و اون پروگرام برای ما بسیار چیز جالب و دیدنی است که فقط اون رو میشونم نگاه میکنم بس.
The popularity, I guess, just caught on. Sometimes you don't know how popular something's going to be, and it still surprises sometimes how popular Hop is.
Jahid's sister Wajma is in charge of marketing at Tolo TV. She's well aware that Hop is confronting in the Afghan context.
It's a mixture of music and having male and female presenters and young people joking around, which for us in the West is a very normal thing, but here it's still, people still are not fully comfortable with that. And it's the whole concept of, we have to keep our culture, But, the question is, what is Afghan culture? The culture, like in any society, is always changing, and you have to adapt to that. And I think media, helps people actually decide for themselves what they want or don't want, within reason as well.
As the women of Afghanistan slowly emerge from behind the burqa, so has Tolo TV. It's challenging conservative Islamic views by putting local women on air. That alone has been enough to send some conservative forces into a frenzy. Earlier this year, Afghanistan's Chief Justice, Fazl Hadi Shinwari, criticised Tolo TV and other stations for transmitting programs considered opposed to Islam and national values.
آینده ما جیش که ملت ما در میگیرد وطن ما از افغانیت و اخلاق و اسلام بیخی محو می شود با کلتوری دیگه سر ما حاکم می شود وطن ما گویا مسخره اجنبی می شود.
Culture Minister Syed Makhdum Rahim is the man in the middle.
Some people, particularly conservative elements, say Tolo TV in their shows. Sometimes there are women or girls with the behavior which is not acceptable to the ordinary people. They accuse Tolo TV of that.
The Sharia Council called at one stage for the government to take action, saying that what was being shown was un-Islamic. Would you support a ban?
So I didn't close it. But of course I talked to the people who are working in Tolo TV to see what people want and to follow national culture and Islamic orders when the TV is popular. So only for minor mistakes, shouldn't do something that cover all good programs too.
Women in Afghanistan know it's still dangerous to be seen and heard. To do so angers conservative forces who are unwilling to let go of the past. But it's a risk a growing number of women are prepared to take. This is Shema Rezaei, one of the first female co-presenters of Tolo TV's HOP program.
آهنگ که آمده نشست آهنگ ایندیست با آواز فالگانی پاتک البته که آستان پاپ هندوستان
It made her an icon for the changing role of women in the new Afghanistan.
وقتی که من بیرون میرم بعضی از مردم بعضی گپا میزنن اما بیشتر ما تشویق زیاد داشتیم از فامیلای خود ما خصوصا از فامیل خودم از جوانا چی طبقه ذکور و ناس بوده همیشه ما تشویق بدیم.
But now she is dead, shot in the head in the bedroom of her home. A popular presenter, she had been sacked from her job a few months earlier for breaching station rules. Her death has deeply affected the Mohseni family.
It had a profound effect for a number of reasons. It wasn't just that she was a colleague that was murdered. I mean, that kind of shocked people a little bit. Unfortunately, a lot of the media reported it as she was a worker in TV station. It made it sound like she was working up to the last minute in the station and then she was murdered specifically because she was working at that station. So what it ended up doing was creating a sense of fear amongst people.
اصلا مردم به خاطر همین مجموعه هاپ فکر میکنن که چون در تلویزیون با ظاهر شده بود و با بسیار شادی و چی به خاطر از این فکر میکنن. خب جامعه ما هنوز به سطحی نرسیدن که برداشت چنین مسائل رو داشته باشن که یک خانم یا یک زن بتونه به اون سطح صحبت کنه و یا به اون سطح ظاهر شه پشت پرده تلویزیون براشون غیر قابل تحمل بود.
بسیاری مردم افغان ما بد میبرن بسیار آزادی بیجایه شاید تو گپ فامیل خود نکرده باشه حالا ما خوش نداشتیم برنامه باشه که یا نه ما را در تلویزیون نشان بده حاضر نشدیم هیچ کدام ما چرا که خوش نداره فامیلای ما شاید از او هم یک گپ بوده باشه دیگه.
Shema's two brothers were arrested soon after her body was found. Police announced that perhaps they were investigating an honour killing, that maybe she had been murdered by her brothers for having disgraced the family by daring to appear on TV.
And she was doing very well and people loved her for her brilliant and brave and courageous attitude in the media. But again, as I said, so far we do not know. Was it a honour killing? Was it a suicide attempt? Or was it an assassination from the enemies of peace and stability and also the freedom of women in this country?
Shema's family fled abroad under the Taliban. Until now, they have kept quiet about the killing. But Shakiba agreed to meet with me to discuss her sister's death. But there is also anger at the response from many Afghans to her death.
When I go outside to buy something in bazaar, so people when look at me and say that, oh, you are Shema, and I say, sister, we will kill you also one day. I don't know why. Why do people say this? And Shema has a lot of had a lot of fans, and especially girls in Afghanistan, Afghan girls, become very sad. But most people become very happy.
most people become very happy?
Yes, I'm sure.
Happy that she died?
Yeah, Shaima died.
Why would they be happy?
Because our people doesn't like democracy, our country. So because of that, they become very happy because of that, Shaima.
The day I met Shakiba, her two brothers were also there. They had been quietly released just the day before, after weeks of arrest. They've been set free, no charges laid against them. Police no longer suspect an honour killing, but a death equally tragic through suicide.
Yeah, this is the room of where Shaima lived here. This room, yeah. You saw the beds and you saw the pictures. This is Firbarazai.
Her sister?
Yeah, her sister, judo champion.
Oh, okay.
Which she participated in Olympic 2004 in Athens.
Shaima's brother and sister believe that sacked from her job, unable to face rumours circulating about her, that she took her own life.
Because, Shaima wanted to be freedom, to very free girl. But our situation, our people doesn't like this. And because of that, people doesn't like it. So Shaima couldn't live anymore because she wanted to very be freedom, like to work herself, to spend money by herself, to be go everywhere when Shaima wanted. So because of that, all of our people become enemy of her.
But this new role for women in Afghanistan remains highly controversial. Even within Shaima's family, they acknowledge the deep rift between her aspirations and the prevailing religious conservatism.
The people at this age would be much different from the people after 20, 30 or a century ago. I'm not expecting this generation, actually. I mean, the people now living here in 2005, actually, to say that Shaima, my sister, was a champion. They would not. I am not expecting. I am disappointed by this society, by these people.
Were you proud of your sister?
Yes, I'm really proud of her sister because she showed the people that the woman includes a human, and woman can do everything that as men can do.
Knowing that she killed herself, are you upset? Are you ashamed? How do you feel about that?
I'm really upset about that because this was the beginning of the governmental point of Hamid Karzai, because it was the end time of Taliban, of Al-Qaeda people, and the new broadcasting channels came into Afghanistan and to bring a bright future living for the people.
Tolo TV, which means New Dawn, is a good metaphor for the change underway in Afghanistan. Under the Taliban, TV was banned as un-Islamic. Under Hamid Karzai, this fundamentalism is being challenged, and the Mohseni family are leading the charge for a new Afghanistan.
I think people are ready to see women on television. It's that certain families and certain people, they find it very unacceptable to see their women folk, their members of the family, to appear on television. But I would say it's an assumption that when you're talking about the entire population, it's probably not true. Nonetheless, these are the problems that we face, and both the men and the women who appear on Tolo TV are very brave people. They're the ones taking the risks. We view them as family members, and we very much commend them for what they're doing. They are breaking down barriers. They are changing this country more than probably anyone else, including the cabinet, including the international community. And I hope that, we will have many problems, but I hope we don't have anything that major.